What's up, Tiki Team? Welcome to the channel. My name's Spesh, helping you conquer the Horde, and today we are going to talk about the fastest ways to get more points and salvage inside of zombies. In other words, this is your get-rich-quick plan for Call of Duty Zombies. Now, as you know, I mean, just having to buy stuff with your salvage is a pain in the butt, and never having enough points to do what you want to do. You want to go buy Tombstone for some ungodly reason, but you can't afford it. That's just the worst. You want to upgrade your weapons, but you just don't have enough salvage? That's just the worst. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share a bonus tip that is going to greatly increase the amount of points you make in your game, so stick around. Now, obviously, as you know, getting points in this game generally comes from killing zombies. If you kill a zombie with a headshot, you're getting about 115 essence per kill. But did you know that if you are using Tesla Storm, you're actually getting a point every single time it stuns that zombie? So if you go into a game and round up a horde of zombies and use your Tesla Storm, you are going to get 10 points every single time it zaps them. And then in the end, if it kills them, you're going to get another, what is it, like 80 or 100 points that you would also get for killing that zombie. Watch how fast in my game my points shoot through the roof from just one round of Tesla Storm, in the early rounds of the game nonetheless. Now, this is very, very similar to the way it used to be in Call of Duty Zombies, where you would shoot one bullet and every time you hit a zombie you would get 10 points. Tesla Storm does the same thing. And then, of course, if you pair that with a double points, oh by golly, you are getting 20 points every time it hits a zombie. You are going to be able to pack a punch so freaking fast. And the other beautiful thing about this is Tesla Storm charges relatively quickly, so you're able to do this quite a bit, especially in the higher rounds, although I guess in the higher rounds you probably don't really need that many points, but nonetheless, Tesla Storm is going to charge up real quick, and you're going to be able to use it once again, and honestly, it's also a really good way to get yourself out of tight spots. Now, pack-a-punching your weapon is obviously not the only way to make yourself stronger in this game, but also upgrading your weapon at the armory. But let me tell you, trying to get that 1000 blue scrap to upgrade your armor at the armory is a pain in the ass if you're trying to get it to the gold tier. So the biggest tip I have for this is definitely buy Death Perception, especially if you're playing on Maured or Toten. Buy Death Perception as early as possible. Like, I mean, even before turning on the Pack-a-Punch, you run over and buy Death Perception, and make sure, as a little side tip here, if you're on Maured or Toten, you go get Death Perception before you go into the Death Strip. As you know, you need to go into the Death Strip to pick up the microwave dish thingy for Klaus, or even if you want to go in there, there's all these different dig sites that poop out a bunch of salvage and whatever else you need in your game. But as you can see in my video here, with Death Perception, you get a ton of points. I was able to upgrade my weapon to the blue tier before round like 7 or 8. Just by using Death Perception and going through the Death Strip and using the dig sites. Using this strategy is big podge, if you know what I mean. And that's only for Maured or Toten. By the time I got to round 10 on Maured or Toten, I already had second tier armor, a blue weapon, and I was already pack-a-punched one time. That's going to make life a heck of a lot easier when you're going in and fighting against the Panzer on round 10. And if you're more of an Outbreak kind of player, if you see the Omega helicopter on your map, make sure that you get Death Perception before you go blow it up. As you know, the Omega helicopter drops an absolute ton of different kinds of salvage. Both purple and gold drops of salvage, which gives you a ton of, like, absolute ton of salvage. But if you're using Death Perception, you're also going to get an extra 20% of salvage every single time that you run over there. If you watch in my gameplay, when I destroy the Omega helicopter and go over there with Death Perception, I think I gained like almost 2,000 green salvage and like 700 blue. It's absolutely nuts how much salvage you can get from this. Especially if you're mid-maxing this and you also have an Ether Fury crystal on the map, you can get your gun to purple just by doing the Omega helicopter. You can go in with your gun not upgraded at all, do the Omega helicopter, and then do the Ether crystal, and you're gonna easily get your gun to gold rarity. And Death Perception is great for the Ether crystal as well because you can see the crystals through the wall, so you're basically guaranteed to get that thing done. This has helped me out so much in my games, and like using Tesla Storm early on, and then maybe you're more of a fan of Ring of Fire, but using Tesla Storm early on so you can get set up in your games faster, because let's be honest, half of the biggest pain in the game is just getting set up for a boss fight or high rounds. But if you use Tesla Storm early on, you're gonna get enough points to get yourself set up by like round 20, and then you're not gonna have to worry about it anymore. So use Tesla Storm to get yourself a ton of points, and then switch over to Ring of Fire or Ether Shroud or whatever else you want to use. And I promised you there was going to be a tip at the beginning of this video, and here is that tip. While using Tesla Storm, also use either flash grenades or decoys, because you're also getting 10 points every time that the decoy distracts a zombie every single second, or every time you flash a zombie, you also get 10 points. So you're adding even more points to that Tesla Storm as well. You can literally use this to gain thousands of points in like a 30-second period. It is absolutely insane and definitely the fastest way to gain points in the game. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. I just want to give a shout out to any of our Twitch subs or YouTube members, and an extra special shout out to anyone who has subscribed at our top tier subscription, Zombie Richtofen. First off, we're going to be starting with hashtag best mod, Strict Archer. The man, the myth, the legend, 'tis Brandon ZR. Zombie Richtofen is the highest tier that we have for our subscriptions. These people are the absolute pillars that are keeping this brand and channel alive. You guys are the real MVPs.